The state of Halo. That's a big one. Well, to start things off, I guess I'll give my own background. Unlike most people, I don't fit into one specific part of the Halo community. I've found that most of the Halo community is incredibly segmented, and then they don't even understand each other. There's people who only play campaign or only multiplayer or even only play certain subsets of multiplayer, like only Griffball or only Infection. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's kind of weird, I think, but whatever. But I'm one of those very rare few people who has played every single campaign on the highest difficulty and beaten them all solo lasso. I've read all the books. I know all the lore. I love the Halo lore. The Halo universe is probably my favorite sci-fi mythos of all time. Maybe tied with Star Wars. But I can also play at the highest level competitively. And not only that, unlike most highly competitive players who can play multiplayer at a high level, I also like to play casually. I'll sometimes go weeks or even months of only playing social because it's just more fun that way. I don't like to sweat all the time. So all that to say, I come from a perspective that is actually balanced. I didn't have to go and research before this video to find, oh, what's it like in the competitive scene? Oh, what do the campaign kids talk about? Or the machinima kids, etc., etc. So, first off, I mean, Halo is the weirdest franchise ever in terms of how it's being perceived and its popularity. It started off with a bang. Eventually, it was arguably the most influential and popular FPS in the world for most of the 2000s, and was still riding pretty high around the Reach days even. It still had a decent population. But now we're in this weird place where we've had a new developer for the last decade, basically. A lot of people love 343 Industries, a lot of people hate them. Some of it's justified, some of it's a little overblown. Nobody really has a nuanced opinion anymore. It seems like it's either full hate or full love. I wish that we could just have constructive criticism for the things that are crappy and support the awesome things. But anyway, in terms of the state, where do I tackle this? Halo history is like a 20-year thing. Well, right now it's kind of dead because the last major release was 6 years ago. Halo 5, which a lot of people love and a lot of people hate. The competitive kids love Halo 5. Well, okay, again, half of competitive kids love it because it's like this anime, high-pace, crazy shooter that's arena again. But then there's the other half who want BR gameplay, and they don't mind the advanced movement, but they don't like the way it plays. I'm kind of a mixture of the two. Like, I don't mind playing Halo 5, but I also despise a lot of it. Like, I hate the art style. The sound design makes me cringe. Like, there's some of it that's awesome. Like, some of the maps are good, but most of them aren't. Halo 5 is a very inconsistent game. It's great in some ways and then completely abysmal in others. And the campaign is by far the worst campaign ever. Not even just in Halo. I think it's one of the most poorly written, terribly characterized things I've ever seen in fiction. It's just a disgrace. And no wonder Brian Reed, the guy that wrote it, is gone. So, the state. Halo's dead. We're all waiting for Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite, again, we have to watch it with bated breath to see what happens because 343 is really good at making things look fantastic. And then the game comes out and there's a lot missing. However, I have to say, this is the first time in a long time I'm somewhat optimistic because they have finally started openly admitting over the last few years how many mistakes they made with Halo 4 and Halo 5. And I really think they're actually going to try and get it, like, they were always trying to get it right, but whether it was their own incompetence in some ways, or if it was Microsoft just forcing them to push out an incomplete product, who knows? But not this delay that has happened is also a blessing in disguise, because apparently the game is complete already, and now it's all about polish. So for the first time in a very long time, we might actually get Bungie levels of polish in a Halo game, which is fantastic. The art style looks like Reach, which in my opinion, Reach is the pinnacle of art direction in the entire Halo series. I think that the prototypical, like, when I say Halo art style, Reach is what it should always be. It just has the perfect blend of sci-fi, military, grittiness. It's fantastic. And Infinite looks a bit like that. So, when it comes to the state of Halo, all-encompassingly, it seems like the majority of people are optimistic and are feeling good about it. I'm in that camp. Also, because I'm the type of person where if I'm a fan of something, even if I have issues with it... Oh, look, it's a kitty. Say hello. Hello. What you doing up here, man? You checking out Grogu? So, when I'm a fan of something, not to call myself a true fan, which I think is a stupid term, but when I'm a fan of something, I have to love it a lot. It has to really hold a place in my heart for me to even give it the time of day. So I'm just excited when there's new material regarding a universe I love, even if it's not the greatest. And that isn't me being easily pleased. On the contrast, it's extremely difficult to impress me, but it'll have all the basics of Halo, the gameplay, a story with Master Chief, so I'm gonna play it. People who try to say, oh, I'm not gonna play it, boycott 343, man. It's just like, okay, good for you. Are you trying to get cool person points for being edgy and hating everything? But then I equally hate people who are mindlessly positive and just deep throat 343 or any developer for Twitter kudo points or to look like you're just a happy, positive person. When in reality, if you want to be a competent human being, you have to be balanced and be positive in a positive situation and appropriately criticize negative things. But I am optimistic for the future of Halo. I think that thanks to the one good thing about hype beast culture, I mean, it's the worst thing in the world, but the one good thing in this everything is a trend society that we live in now, when Halo Infinite comes out, it'll have a giant hype train, and since the game is going to be likely highly polished and content complete, we will retain a giant player base, unlike with Halo 4 and Halo 5, that'll actually stick around. So I think this has potential to revive Halo, and it's looking good. I just hope that every sect of the community is satisfied. The super competitive kids, the casuals, and I'm part of all of those communities. So I'll probably upload a video detailing my thoughts on the game when it comes out. And just making sure I don't miss anything. No, I think that's it. When that Infinite trailer came out, obviously, like, it looked pretty low fidelity and needed work, but I mean, like, that's to be expected. The game, I kind of had a feeling from the very beginning that it was going to be delayed. I don't know what it was, it was just a feeling I had. MCC is complete and basically free of all of its bugs. Well, it's functional at least. And I love the Master Chief Collection. It's a great place for us to all hang out if we don't like Halo 5. I like both, so it doesn't really affect me. Yeah, Twitter Halo is a whole other story that you could make an entire video about. I would if I had, like, a computer so I could splice screenshots together. People rage about the stupidest shit. Like, they just, I don't know if they have no real life outside of the internet, so they just have to find something to be angry about to fill their day with something. but like screeching about weapon skins, like don't get me wrong, you can go, oh, I don't like that, but these people who are raging on Twitter for like days about weapon skins. Me personally, I don't really care. If you want to use them, use them. If you don't want to use them, don't use them. I don't understand why people, well, I do understand because of evolutionary psychology, but it is very annoying how people just have to grandstand. They have to signal, my way of thinking is correct. This is the only way Halo can be. Actually, things exist. Enjoy them the way you want to enjoy them. It's that simple. You do you, boo. That's how it should be. Live your life. If it isn't hurting people, who cares? Just live your life. Halo is going to be fine. It's always going to be there. The art design, everything about what I've seen so far, it might not be the best Halo game ever, but I think it'll be a good Halo game. It'll be better than Halo 5. I guarantee you. Anything will be better than Halo 5. That game is just the weirdest, strangest game. Don't get me started. Like, I could rant about Halo 5 forever because I like Halo 4 more than Halo 5. I'm one of those rare people. Why? Because I stuck around for the title update when they balanced it. They got rid of all that Ordnance shit. And when you're playing Halo 4, why I love that game is because when you aim and you shoot at someone, shockingly, your bullets actually hit the target. Oh my goodness. The bullets go to where you shoot them. In Halo 5, even to this day, after they removed heavy aim, people are still complaining. I still see it in 2021. People complaining about how awkward, weird, inconsistent, and strange it feels to move your reticle around in Halo 5. That means that at the basic core of the entire game, just the feel of the game is shitty at all times, no matter what. It just feels awkward. That's why you can see players get like 7 perfects a game, like me, or you can miss every shot the next game because the game just feels strange. It's just not. It's a weird game, okay? And there's a reason why a lot of pros have said that they think Halo 2 Anniversary is the greatest feeling Halo competitive title they ever played. Why? Maybe it has something to do with the fact that Halo 2 Anniversary uses Halo 4's hit scan system and mechanics. It's completely identical. It feels fantastic. Halo 5, if it just had aiming that didn't make me feel like it had like some sort of toxin in my brain clouding everything, it would have been great. So yeah, that's the state of Halo. Things will be fine. Everyone, you're still gonna play it. Like, all these people who are like, I hate Halo now, it sucks. They're still gonna buy it. They're still gonna play it. They're still gonna find something they love about it because Halo is amazing. It's the best video game series of all time, in my opinion. The campaign kids are still gonna play campaign. The multiplayer kids, everyone's gonna play it. Everyone needs to just shut up and wait for the game to come out and just chill and go outside or something. Just that's my final conclusion. Halo will be fine. Chill the fuck out.